At Tassie Visuals, we believe every brand has a story worth sharing. We're not just creators, we're storytellers, crafting experiences that grab attention and drive results. Our expertise in video production, photography, drone operation, and website design turns your vision into reality.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Island Hustle live from Warrane Sports Stadium. Adam Webster here with you for this first of a doubleheader tonight between Ringleader and SPR Conditioning. We're about ready to get going here at Warrane Stadium. Just preparing ourselves for the tip. And it's Berry controlling the tip, falling to the floor. There'll be a jump ball straight off the jump. Joining me to start this one is Ronald Riggs. Ronald, welcome to the coverage.
Hello, Webby. Good to be here with you.
So SPR going inside. McCaffrey to the foul line. Dribble handoff to Waller. Little floater off the back of the rim and rebound to Alinta Wilson. Wilson's been in very good form so far this season, Ronald.
Oh, look, both teams, you know, especially Ringleader, you know, setting the standard.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt they're going to continue tonight. SPR will need to really sooner rather than later because, you know, what I'd love seeing from Ringleader has been they've got so many weapons that can attack you. And they can just get to the basket like that with Taylor Stevenson on the drive there. You know, you got Broomhall that can be a little bit of inside-outside. You got Shana Appleby that can shoot the ball well. Alinta Wilson has been in some good form as well too over the past couple of games. So she's been shooting the ball quite well. So everything's clicking nicely at the moment for Ringleader.
Not clicking nicely there on the free throws. It will be SPR Conditioning ball. At less than a minute in, no score as yet. Inbounding is Schultz, finding Waller. Waller gets around a screen from Bolzer. And McCaffrey. Now back in. Bolzer. Pass to Ferguson who scores. Look ahead pass here to Wilson. Off glass and good. So Alinta Wilson opens the account for Ringleader. Going the other way is McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a beautiful pass right to under the basket. Schultz was able to handle it, get it into the hands of Waller who missed, and Broomhall will come away with it for Ringleader. Nice crossover there from Chloe Broomhall, floating it up off the back of the rim, gets her own rebound and travels before she got that outlet pass there to Appleby.
Yeah, just lifted those feet up a little bit too quickly there, Webby, and they couldn't come down with it in time.
Good offensive rebounding, but no reward there for Ringleader. SPR come away with it through Waller. Bothered by two players crossing halfway, did well. Now here's Schultz driving in and kicking it out to the corner where McCaffrey hits.
And it's a good three ball there by McCaffrey as well too, just hitting that outside shot nicely there, Webby.
It's a nice shot. Stevenson now sharing it around with Berry. Berry up top, below the foul line to Wilson. Corner three to answer. That was a bit wayward. And Appleby gets the rebound. Dribble handoff to Berry. Berry with a long two-point attempt off the back of the rim. Rebound eventually controlled, but the hustle play from Broomhall gets it into the hands of Wilson. And now here's Berry fading and a back tap to Wilson. So Ringleader creating chance after chance. And here's three from Appleby. No good. And this time, finally, SPR come away with it, but it only goes so far as halfway where Taylor Stevenson was waiting to cut that off. Cuts down the lane, goes into two players, looking for a teammate, can't find one, falls instead to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets some attention from Stevenson going the other way. Now into the hands of Schultz. Schultz, top of the key, sharing it with McCaffrey, gets to the elbow, dribbles below the free throw line and then loses it, but there's a foul committed just after the steal.
Just on that last possession, Webby, where Stevenson drove into a bit of a wall there. He needs to see either players need to get to their spots quicker or she needs to open up a vision a little bit more quicker. Yeah. Just a little bit slow on the mark on that play. Hopefully they can make up for it on this possession.
Just comes down to decision making, doesn't it, Ronald?
Yeah, it sure does.
Broomhall kicks it out to Berry. deep two. She missed a couple of these early and misses that wide open one there. So Ringleader to be able to really capitalise on their defensive ability as Broomhall just accidentally steps out of bounds after stealing it. They've got to hit those wide open deep twos.
Yeah, they certainly do, and that's crucial for any team to be knocking down those deep twos because, sometimes a 2 is better than a 3, and right now, if you're not going to be consistent from there, you've got to have to change something up.
Ferguson flips it up and in. Nice play there from Elle Ferguson.
And Ellie Ferguson's been in good form as well too, Webby. She was in some nice form the other night in 22s as well. So good to see her get off to a good start.
Stevenson misses, and there's a foul on the rebound. So 6:05 remaining in the first quarter. And SPR Conditioning with an early lead. Ferguson to Schultz. Now Waller. Up top. Gets a screen. Broomhall disrupts the pass. Goes to Hollingsworth. And now McCaffrey back to Ferguson. Driving in hard, flipping it up, but too strong. Falls to Swain with her first minutes of the contest. Makes a defender miss. Stops on a dime. And manages to get that one to go just from above the foul line.
And Swain knocking that down. She had some questionable shots on Wednesday night, Webby, which me and JB were kind of very critical of, but proved us wrong 9 times out of 10 when she didn't knock those shots down. So she's a very capable shooter.
Nice drive here from Appleby. Bringing it back to a 1-point game. And Daniel Saville wants a timeout.
And this is a good chance where I'm going to sub myself out here, Webby, and we're going to get Dooley in.
You rest the golden tonsils, Ronald.
Yes, I'll be back tomorrow night, folks.
Jacob Dool, welcome to the coverage tonight.
Good to be here. Thanks, Adam, and a good start in this game. As we can see, a tight game so far, and I think still none the wiser as to who's going to come out on top at this point.
Well, I think it's something we saw in the last game that we did together around 6 or 7 weeks ago. Jacob, and SPR Conditioning was a part of that one as well. It's a seesawing affair, and that's exactly what you want to see from Island Hustle games here at Warrain Sports Stadium. I think there's been a couple of games that have been blowouts, but overall it's been very, very competitive, and that's a tribute to the structure of the competition, the draft style, obviously trying to even out the teams as much as possible and make it the best product it can be, and it's a very good example of it.
It is, yeah, and I think, this is one of those games where you could maybe excuse it if it was a bit more lopsided. Obviously, no Emerson Wells in this one for SPR Conditioning, leading scorer in the tournament, so full credit to them early on in this one. They're really keeping themselves in the contest, doing a nice job despite that absence.
So the early 1-point lead to SPR. There's some crisp white uniforms there from SPR as well. They really pop on the court there, Jacob. I like the red and white colourway. A little bit Sydney Swans, but, apart from that, it looks pretty good.
Can't get everything right.
Exactly. We'll get back going here through Waller. Calling for it is Schultz on the elbow. Dribbling down, flipping it up, and can't quite get it to go. To appreciate a player in glasses, and that is Shavi with the rebound. Stevenson finding Swain, top of the key. Swain to Shavi. And now back to Stevenson. Accepts the screen from Appleby, tries to go through the double team. There was a foul there. A little reach in from Schultz, was it?
Almost a full possession there of pretty good up and in defence, wasn't it? Just a little reach. Costly in the end.
And there's a foul on Schultz. Just a push to the back of Stevenson. Whether Stevenson sort of accentuated the contact just slightly, Jacob, is TBD.
She was
rewarded for it regardless.
She was below my line of sight on the balcony here, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but I think you had a better view than I did, so I'll take your word for it.
So Nolan into the game. Now Broomhall, right wing. Here's Shavi. Dribbling it in is Appleby, flips it up, can't quite get it to go. There's a double team on the rebound. Geared got it, was fouled, so it'll stay SPR ball. We're still 7-6. I'm not going to say the other way around, even though the kids watching would appreciate that, because I'm nearly 40.
We haven't seen the reaction in stadium that I thought we might. You've seen it around the globe a little bit at some of these games.
Put your hands away, Jacob. No one really wants to see that. And there's a foul. And mercifully, the score might change. It's been 6-7 for far too long.
Yeah. Nice drive there, though, wasn't it, from Ferguson?
Just so much confidence in Ellie Ferguson. Really impressed me. The couple of games I've seen of her firsthand for SPR Conditioning, as well as obviously watching on YouTube. We welcome everyone who is watching Island Hustle live on YouTube this evening. Ferguson hits both. It's now 9 plays 6 in favour of SPR. Stevenson and Broomhall combining. And now Swain finding Broomhall under the basket. Reverse layup is good. Great play there by Ringleader.
Good execution, wasn't it? We normally see Broomhall as the creator with the ball in her hand, but on that occasion, just ducking in backdoor for her first score of the game.
He's geared. Finding Waller. Waller dribbling around, getting it back out to Geared. Corner 3, too long. Long rebound though to Geared. And gets it to go.
Seen on both ends from Geared. Nice strong rebounding. Doesn't have the size advantage, but doing a good job.
Stevenson takes it all the way and can't get it to go. Sharvey tracks it down. In a spot of bother, but finds Swain. Deep 2 is good. It's a real confident lefty shooter from that mid-range. It's a couple of buckets now for Neve Swain.
Yeah, the confidence is what stood out to me all tournament. Just no hesitation, off the dribble, off the catch. Always looks like it's a chance.
Here's Waller. The nice move. Little up and under, off glass.
That's a tough finish going to the left. Never really looked on balance, but it didn't matter at all.
Broomhall over to Sharvey. Too strong. Broomhall with the offensive rebound. Hook shot, no good. Here's Waller again, and Broomhall meets her solidly and fouls.
Chloe Broomhall, not someone you want to run into at full speed. She does not take a backward step against anyone.
The Lorraine Stadium floor has a way of making you feel those particular shots.
100%.
With the sound that it makes in here. Broomhall also not someone you'd be wanting to be inbound passing in the direction of.
No.
Just the hustle plays are
honestly, as the opposition, if Chloe Broomhall's on the court on the other team,
go the other way.
You don't want her involved in anything.
Nice move there by Schultz, getting that one to go. And Sharvey streaking away, getting it off glass, and it rolls in.
They want to get out and run when they can, don't they, Ringleader?
They do.
Face some pretty stern defense. That's one way to beat it.
Hollingsworth into Ferguson. Ferguson continues to pace this side from a scoring perspective.
Big week for Ferguson, named joint under-22 women's MVP in the SPL with Chloe Broomhall, so 2 stars of Tasmanian basketball going head-to-head here.
Swain had the right idea there, trying to get it over to Appleby, but the pass was slightly too tall. So a turnover, and it will be SPR ball. They're up by 5. Wilson back on the court. Has had an impressive tournament so far. Hollingsworth out to Schultz. Too strong. And there's a foul on the putback attempt from Geared. That'll be the first foul on Samantha Cooper for the evening.
And again, Ella Geared. Second offensive rebound already in a few minutes of action. Just making good things happen while she's out there.
He hits the first. It's just starting to flash at least amber, if not red, for Ringleader with this margin. Particularly if he can go up to 7 here, Jacob, because it's been fairly even, and SPR, as you say, have been able to consolidate their scoring opportunities with more regularity than Ringleader, and a 7-point margin is fairly big for the first quarter. So big 90 seconds coming up for Ringleader here through Broomhall, going herself, and Cooper gets it to go.
Big bucket there and straight into the press for Ringleader. They would have felt like this is a game they could set the tempo in, I think, coming in. They're undefeated on top of the ladder. SPR without a win. It's not quite gone the way they hoped, but they're trying to force the issue now.
I think Broomhall just got called for another foul there, which will be her second, which is a little concerning. Do you take her off with 1:19 left in the first?
I think you have to, don't you? And we see Stevenson ready to check in now, so
yeah.
It's a lot of game left to play. 5-point deficit, not what they wanted, but nothing too desperate yet, so make sure Chloe Broomhall's going to be ready to go for a big last 3 quarters of this game.
Gives Daniel Saville a bit of a headache heading into the rest of this game.
It's just a problem you don't want to have, isn't it, this early in the game, to have to try and manage your star through that foul trouble.
Kidd misses the first. One more attempt is up and down. Shavi for 3, no good. Wilson tries the rebound, and there is a foul. Foul is on Wilson, so it will be 2 more shots for SPR. This is the issue with getting into foul trouble early in a quarter, Jacob, because a foul on an offensive rebound attempt can lead to a couple of shots for, again, who else but Kidd?
Just getting to all the right spots for those loose balls, but you're right. Both teams in the bonus now, but SPR have just done a better job of managing that in these last few minutes. Not giving away these freebies that they've been able to get at the other end.
Ella Geared with 2 more attempts at the line. First one hits. Second one as well. So that would be a 7-point margin as Swain checks in for Shavi. Swain able to move past the Geared defense. He's double teamed though and gives it to Berry. Here's Cooper. Cooper back up top to Swain. Thought about a shot, but thought better of it. Stevenson drives in and one for Taya Stevenson. Her first points of the night.
Really strong drive and finish, wasn't it? And Stevenson, just those no fear on those drives to the basket. Cops a lot of contact. Doesn't deter her on that occasion.
And converts the 3-point attempt after hitting almost every part of the rim.
It's an important momentum shifter potentially late in this term, as you say. The lead's starting to balloon out a little bit, so they just keep it close with that one.
Schulz misses, and Swain with the rebound. 40 seconds left, pushes it forward to Berry. Berry pulls it out, thinks better of it, now drives. Kick out to Cooper. Cooper now into Stevenson, who converted that 3-point attempt the old-fashioned way. Gets it out to Swain for 3, who hits. Game on.
That's everything great about Taya Stevenson's game. The drive and finish on one play, the drive and kick on the next. 2 massive buckets.
So SPR with a little bit of a disjointed possession to end this quarter. Flipping it up is McCaffrey who hits. Worked out okay. 2 seconds left. Cooper halfway, just misses. So
Looked good out of the hand, that one. I was
Certainly
excited.
did. Hit the front rim, but a 4-point margin here for SPR Conditioning, 24-20. What did you like about that first quarter, Jacob?
Well, I think we spoke about it, but SPR, through the majority of that quarter, did a really nice job of sort of controlling the tempo of the game, getting things on their terms, building out a little bit of a lead. Ferguson was fantastic in that, and we spoke a lot about Ella Geared, but just in those last few minutes, last couple of minutes for Ringleader, without their best player on the floor, they were able to make a bit of a run of their own, which was really impressive, I think. They've got themselves back within 4. I think if you told SPR they'd have a slight early lead, they would have taken it, but at the same time, feels like maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity with the way they finished that term.
It does. I did like the way that Ringleader hung tough there late in that first quarter. Obviously, Stevenson was pivotal in that with that three-point play, and then that pass out to Swain, who hit the shot. Ronald spoke about Swain's shot selection on Wednesday night, the under-22s, and I think the thing that struck me is the confidence that she's exuding when she takes those shots, Jacob. They just go straight up.
Yeah, 100%. She hasn't missed one yet, so you'd think that'll continue into the second quarter and beyond, but all tournament long in this Island Hustle season, she's just really been confident in her attacking off the dribble, catch and shoot, any scenario really, just playing with a level of assuredness that I don't think you expect from a player of her age and her experience. So she's really making waves in this tournament.
About 30 seconds to go until the second quarter begins.
When do you think we see Chloe Broomhall back into this game? We'll see what lineups come out of the break, but with the 2 fouls to her name, a nice little push without her on the court at the end of that first term, how long do you think Ringleader might run the gauntlet without her there?
Well, if it was Scott Roth on the bench, you wouldn't see her until the third quarter. But I don't think Ringleader can quite afford to have her out for the next 10 minutes. I think it's probably more like about 5, about the midway point of this term.
She will start on the bench in this quarter, no surprise there, but that's one to watch when she returns to the court.
That's a good call. So Cooper to inbound. Swain guarded well, so it's Berry accepting the pass. Swain handoff here to Ferguson. It's around a Berry screen. Now out to Cooper for 3. Too strong, but there's Ferguson for the offensive rebound. Berry with another offensive board. Cross-court pass to Swain. She puts it up anyway, caught it at her bootlaces. Now Ferguson in the corner, working on her defender, flipping it through, but no can do. Swain is fouled. Was lucky by Ringleader to keep the possession alive and then for Swain to flip it up and get fouled on the way through.
A little bit of frustration, I think, there for SPR, doing all the right things, but not able to close out the possession. Swain the beneficiary of that free throw a long way off.
That's that must have come out of the hand wrong, because that three-pointer that Swain hit earlier in the game was pure, and that foul shot misses. So 0 for 2 for Neve Swain from the line, but does have 7 points in this contest. And it will remain Ringleader ball, importantly for them. They're still down by 4.
Early timeout here.
Early timeout.
Someone's seen something they don't like in that first 30 seconds of the quarter, so we'll take another quick break to reassess.
Well, I guess if you've got the timeouts, you need to use them, Jacob. We only saw 1 in that first term. So for SPR, it's a matter of just trying to make sure that they don't surrender this lead early, because you rightly point out that Chloe Broomhall being off the court means that there's a real opportunity for SPR to try and take advantage on the other end. They haven't been able to do that so far. The ball movement of Ringleaders almost improved since Broomhall's gone off the court.
It has, and getting good looks there. They weren't always dropping, but the way they're attacking the glass makes up for a lot of that. Just looking at the numbers here, they've already got 11 offensive rebounds in this game, winning the overall rebound count 17-8. So maybe that was why we've got the timeout here. If SPR weren't happy with the way that they're attacking the glass, anything they can change there.
It is an interesting phenomenon to see that potentially if you have someone that's well credentialed on your team, head and shoulders above everyone else, that the ball tends to go through them on every single possession. When they come off, your offense becomes a bit more unpredictable as Berry hits. And now it's a 2-point game.
And I think when it's a player as good as Broomhall, it's not even a matter of the offense gets better. It's just different, isn't it? It's a different look, and it's something for the defense to have to react to.
Cooper with a disruptive play and a jump ball. SPR take over. Just a minute into this second quarter. And the 24-second violation. So good defense here by Ringleader.
Feels like they've turned it up a notch, haven't they? Seen the early threat that SPR posed, and so far in this quarter, only a minute in, but they've had some nice answers at both ends of the floor. Now it's back over to SPR to see what they can come up with in response.
Here's Stevenson. Top of the key. Goes around to Berry screen. Stevenson flips it up, but too strong. Back tap, but it will be SPR ball. They're up by 2. So the game's kind of slowed down quite a bit in this second quarter. It's taken about 5 minutes to play 90 seconds, Jacob. I think this is good for Ringleader because it allows Broomhall to get more rest, but also the players that are spelling Broomhall to get more rest as well.
Yeah, and we see Broomhall back in the game already. As you mentioned, it was only a little over a minute of game time, but more than that in real time as Stevenson gets the steal and gives it straight over to Broomhall.
And Broomhall ties it, so making an impact on the court. Now, can Broomhall stay out of foul trouble?
She really is the head of this defense, so
Yes.
it's a challenge.
It was a good effort from Hollingsworth to get through Stevenson. Now we see Schultz working on Swain. Size mismatch, step through, fade away, jumper is money.
Beautiful shot from Schultz there. Showing some
Was.
nice touch on her. 2 makes in the game so far.
Here's Berry finding Broomhall. And now Berry up top. Little 2-person game here between Berry and Broomhall. Really playing off each other well. Broomhall dribbles in, kicks it into the corner to Wilson for 3. Back rim. And it will be SPR ball.
It didn't end in a score there, but I love the way that Broomhall works off the ball. You know, she ends up with it in her hands, creating at the end of it, but it means she gets different matchups. Defense scrambling to cover her on the cuts as another steal for Ringleader there.
Just pass was slightly too strong for Broomhall, but it will stay with Ringleader. So again, you do like the movement, but the ball is going through Broomhall in every single possession. There's a danger that this becomes a little repetitive for Ringleader. So they have to make sure that they give different looks as Broomhall accepts the pass, goes through 2 players, kicks it out to Stevenson. Stevenson flips it up off glass. Swain was wide open for 3 here on the wing. So there could have been a driving kick opportunity there for Ringleader, but Stevenson has done it before, so you do trust her to try and do that again. Berry stepping through. Broomhall, top of the key, working on Waller. Step back, heaves it off glass, no good. Rebound Swain, and there'll be a shot clock violation, but the ball did leave the hand and then hit the rim. So
That, I think, yeah, just an issue with the shot clock, not resetting more than anything.
So 14 shot clock, 7:15 in the second quarter remaining, and a 2-point margin that Ringleader will try and overcome. Berry kicks it out to Swain for the lead, no good. Broomhall rebound. Getting it into Wilson. Wilson is fouled. So second team foul here on SPR. Side out as Berry will be spelled by Appleby, the captain.
Saw Broomhall with the offensive rebound there. She's got 4 already on that end, so really leading the charge for Ringleader and an area where they've been dominating in this game.
Be in for a pretty big stat line, Chloe Broomhall in this one. Appleby fakes, drives, flips it up, but too strong. Hollingsworth with the board. Just almost loses a dribble there, Hollingsworth. Followed really well by Stevenson. And Broomhall creates the turnover. Well done, Ringleader. Tie ball game.
And that's been a real staple of Ringleader's game this season, averaging 18 steals a game. They get so many fast break points, but SPR coming back with a pretty quick score of their own there.
Waller to Balzer, who gets it to go. Swain drives it in. Gets it over to Appleby. Appleby's fouled and will shoot 2. That turnover by Taya Stevenson was significant. That was brilliant. Great one-on-one defense. forced a bad pass. Chloe Broomhall read it really well.
So I really enjoyed Appleby turning to Ferguson there, and I think just admitting that there maybe wasn't too much in that call. As Ferguson now relays that information to the referee.
And nice makes there by Shana Appleby. Tie ball game. What we like to see, this swarming defence, but SPR are able to beat it. Here's Waller. Balzer. Out to Schultz, and now geared. Good half-court defence here by SPR, but Waller steps through. Slightly too strong on the layup attempt. Swain was just double-teamed, but was able to beat the press and get it over to Stevenson. Stevenson drives, looking for Wilson. Just goes through her hands, and there's a turnover here. Waller into Ferguson, who misses. And rebound to Broomhall. Running hard is Appleby. Broomhall goes herself. Flips it across. Top of the key, Schultz. Stevenson no good. Rebound to Broomhall, who makes no mistake and gives Ringleader the lead.
Just in a crowd of defenders there, Broomhall still able to split them all and finish.
Ferguson for three to answer straight away. Can't do so. And Broomhall with the defensive rebound. Stevenson with a full court pass to Appleby, who makes no mistake, and timeout SPR.
That's a fantastic pass, isn't it, from Stevenson? Had to be perfectly weighted to float over the defense but not drift out of bounds. Executed it brilliantly. She's second in the Island hustle for assists, Stevenson, and you can see exactly why.
A great ball movement here from Ringleader. Great team defense, great team offense. It's brilliant to see. SPR obviously taken the early lead and surrendered it, so it's going through their heads. And what's the message to them right now, Jacob?
Look, I think they'd still have to be pretty happy with where they're sitting in this game. It feels like Ringleader's taken the ascendancy for sure and taken the lead on the scoreboard, but SPR not giving away too many easy looks. Ringleader having to work for it, having to really crash the offensive glass, and SPR able to get out and run when they can break that press. So that's the challenge, getting through those initial 5 seconds offensively, I think. But once they've done that, they've been okay. Just need to knock down a few more of those shots.
So we're about halfway through this second term. Bit of a seesawing affair. It's in danger of getting away from Ringleader late in that first quarter, but they've come back well and have themselves a 4-point lead. It was set up by the bench, Jacob, who in the absence of Chloe Broomhall were able to keep the margin close, and then since Broomhall's come back on the court, it's been significant in terms of her impact.
Yeah, that late spurt in the first term was important, wasn't it? It meant there wasn't too much work to do to retake the lead.
Double teamed and travelled. Great work there by Sharvey and Broomhall on the double team.
They just know when to send the pressure, don't they, Ringleader? Seem to read it so well every time.
Sharvey drives, stops, and just misses. Rebound Ferguson. Double teamed in the backcourt, falls to Wilson, who travelled before she laid it up.
I think that was a good call there, just an extra step. She was a little bit too far out.
It's like she wasn't expecting it, I think.
I think so, yeah. You don't necessarily expect a pass from the opposition right under the basket, do you?
Waller. Hits Noland at the elbow. Geared. Just fakes a defender out of her shoes and drives and hits.
Another strong move from Geared. She's team's leading scorer now with 9 points off the bench.
Appleby gets a screen from Broomhall. Nice pass into Sharvey, who just can't quite get that one to go. And there'll be 2 shots, though. There's a foul in the act of shooting. So Sharvey with 2 attempts. First one is up and down. Extend the lead. And the second. So we're back to 4 points. Broomhall disrupts and forces a reset of the inbounds play. So Waller will look for Ferguson.
Just having to work so hard against this press. Even if they do, it takes so much energy across the course of the game. It'll be interesting to see if they run out of legs, SPR, because they're having to work so hard for everything.
Ferguson, top of the key, drives in, kicks out. Shot attempt is no good. Long rebound to Broomhall. That was Schulz missing. And here's Appleby. Then Cooper, back to Appleby, flips it up off glass, no good. Back tap, controlled by Wilson. Sharvey. And now Broomhall. So some really strong ball movement here by Ringleader, and that will be the easiest bucket that Chloe Broomhall scores all night, I suspect.
That's her bread and butter, isn't it? Shakes the defender with the crossover, and things just opened up from there.
And backcourt on Waller, which is tough for SPR. Another turnover by them. The turnover number is, I think, rising steadily. It's up to, I think, 10 now.
Yeah, 10 in the game. Just 6 for Ringleader. So, again, that's the strength of Ringleaders, forcing those turnovers and taking care of the ball themselves.
Cooper handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson drives. Now Cooper into Sharvey. Sharvey goes baseline, and that'll be shot clock.
A bit of a messy couple of possessions all around here. Both teams just take a breath now, and yeah, I think a bit of a reset might be good for both, but we'll see who can sort of make a bit of a run late in the term here as we see another foul on Ringleader there.
Waller fouled by Sharvey.
It's these periods, isn't it, where both teams are looking a little bit flat, a little bit low on energy. One of them can just find an extra burst late in the half here, really take some momentum into the main break. It could be very important in this game.
Schultz hands off to Geared. Geared out to the wing, where Schultz drives in, but blocked by Appleby.
She's doing a bit of everything in this game, Appleby. 6 points, a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists, a block and a steal now.
Geared working on Stevenson, gives it away to Appleby instead. Here's Appleby on the break, guarded well by Ferguson, but a beautiful pocket pass and a nifty finish from Stevenson.
Not sure how necessary the up and under was, but I like it. A little bit of extra flavour on it.
Just an exclamation point, I think, Jacob.
Yeah, why not?
Stevenson a little laid out on Geared, who hits the mid-range 2 and eats into that lead. It's now back to 6.
Geared, the first player into double digits in this game. She's up to 11 now.
Cooper handoff to Broomhall. Broomhall flips it up and in. That was too easy for Ringleader.
Broomhall very quickly the second player in double digits. She's already almost got a double-double. 10 points and 9 rebounds.
Waller. And now out to Schulz for 3. No good. Rebound Cooper. Cooper looking for and finding Appleby. Appleby pushing ahead to Broomhall. Broomhall again, rinse, repeat. Scores.
Once Broomhall's in that 2-on-1 scenario, it's an impossible task for the defender. She's so good at making the right decision, reading where the defense is going.
Here's Waller out to Ferguson, who needs to get going in a hurry. Flips it up. It hangs on the back of the rim and falls in. Ellie Ferguson.
Great finish there. Never really had the ideal angle at the basket, but able to make it work.
Nice pass from Stevenson to Sharvey, who's fouled by Ferguson. So Sharvey with another couple of attempts at the line.
You really just have to have eyes in the back of your head when you're playing Ringleader, don't you? These backdoor cuts and the delivery on the passes. There's not too many players who can execute some of these, and they've probably got 4 or 5 on their team.
Passes have been elite so far. Sharvey hits the first. He's doing all the little things well, Georgia Sharvey, since she took the court.
I think Sharvey's one of those players that shows how well Ringleader drafted, you know, their depth and as you say, people able to do the little things, play a role. Really impressive.
Ferguson for 3, front rim. Appleby tracks down the long rebound. Finds Broomhall. Ringleader will slow it down. Broomhall calling the play. Getting the screen, spinning, going through 5 defenders. Doesn't quite get that one to go. Waller with a nice pass into Hollingsworth, who could not handle it. It's out of bounds. So a 10-point margin all of a sudden to Ringleader.
Doesn't take long, does it? They get out for a couple of those fast break layups, and all of a sudden the margin blows out a little bit. Important for SPR to find a response.
Swain steps back, doesn't quite hit, and Ferguson has it going the other way, guarded tightly by Stevenson. Here's Schultz to Waller. Goes around a screen, and we'll see if Ferguson's able to make something happen. Instead, it's Chloe Broomhall making something happen and forcing out of bounds with just 6 on the shot clock.
See what they can draw up from the inbounds play here, but with so much pressure on the ball, tough to make things happen.
Ferguson with Swain on her. 3 shot clock, 2 shot clock. Ferguson flips it up, but too late. And a shot clock violation.
Chance here for Ringleader to just about have the last say in this quarter. See if they can push that margin out further heading into the break.
With Stevenson with about 3 seconds separating the game and shot clock. Kicking it out to Sharvey for 3. No good. Rebound to Ferguson. Shot clock is off. Waller tries to beat 2 defenders. Draws a foul, which, based on the fact that she was double teamed, that's a really good effort by Waller.
Yeah, did well, felt the bump there and just put the shot up. Chance to get this back to single digits heading into half time, which, you know, might not seem like much, 1 or 2 points extra, but just a little mental edge, a bit of a difference heading into the main break.
Misses the first. There's still 7.5 on the clock for Ringleader. Misses the second, and Broomhall will push and go around to Swain's screen and go around Ferguson and hit Sharvey, who gets it off glass and one just as time expires.
I'm guessing we'll have a second or 2 put back on the clock there, but how good was that from Broomhall? Just the awareness to get it and go, make something happen, and a nice finish as well from Sharvey.
Real team contribution here from Ringleader as we enter half-time.
Every player on the roster's on the scoreboard. They've got 4 players with 6 or more points. Broomhall obviously leading the way, but you're right. They're getting contributions from all across the rotation. We just take a bit of a pause here to get that clock back to where it needs to be.
So Sharvey with 1 attempt at the line to extend what is now a 12-point lead. Should only be 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock at the end of this, I think, Jacob.
With that last coast-to-coast play there, Chloe Broomhall with the double-double before half-time. 12 points, 10 rebounds. A couple of assists and a couple of steals for good measure. And she hasn't picked up a 3rd foul in this term either, so that's been very impressive.
That's the most important part of this whole thing, as we said.
It doesn't feel like she's had to dial back her defensive aggression to do that. You know, she's done a great job of playing under control. I feel like that clock's gone a bit too far down now, but I think we'll just make do. That's the classic, you know, mate, just wait a second or 2 before you start it, you know.
That's
right. Make it work.
Sharvey hits. And that's half-time.
we took that second or 2 and didn't need it anyway.
That is half-time. So a 13-point lead here to Ringleader after being down by as much as 7 in the first quarter, Jacob. And off the back of Chloe Broomhall's very strong second term.
Yeah, she was fantastic, leading the way for Ringleader. SPR not out of this game, but they're going to need a very fast start, I think, in this 3rd term.
So we'll take a break here at Island Hustle. Here at Warrain Sports Centre, and we'll enter the second half in just a moment.
At Tassie Visuals, we believe every brand has a story worth sharing. We're not just creators, we're storytellers, crafting experiences that grab attention and drive results. Our expertise in video production, photography, drone operation, and website design turns your vision into reality.
Welcome back to Island Hustle, Friday nights at Warrane Sports Stadium. Adam Webster and Jacob Dool with you here for the second half of this first game tonight, where we see SPR Conditioning took the early lead, but it was Ringleader who owned that second quarter through tremendous performances from both Chloe Broomhall and Georgia Sharvey, and they took a 13-point lead into half-time. Jacob, big half here for SPR Conditioning.
It is a 27-10 quarter that was for Ringleader. Really got out of hand quickly, to be honest, for SPR. So they need to find a response now. Started the game really well, up against it without one of their best players, their leading scorer. What can they find as a response here?
Broomhall with a spring at her step. Hits Swain, who misses, but rebounds Stevenson. Broomhall driving on Waller. Flipping it up and can't get it to go. Berry, though, wanted it more. Berry to a cutting Wilson. Wilson misses and out of bounds.
Stay with Ringleader again, though. I feel like I've been a broken record at times during Island Hustle, but extra possessions have just been such a key in every single game. That's 18 offensive rebounds now to 3 for Ringleader. They've forced 13 turnovers. They're just getting a lot more opportunities to score.
Stevenson.
Look at that.
And just again, just kind of wanted it more.
The post
Was.
lost the defender very easily. Nice work from Ferguson.
Broomhall steps out and now to Swain. Swain dribbling below the foul line. Off glass, no good. And Waller will take over for SPR. Schultz combining with Waller. Screen here comes, and Waller misses. Swain with a rebound, and again, Ringleader push to Berry. Berry going baseline. Off glass and in.
It's just a savvy move, isn't it? Driving hard to the baseline. And you beat the defender to the spot, making things happen.
SPR beat the press, but it goes through the hands of Bolzer, and it's out of bounds. Ringleader ball, they're now up by 13. Stevenson to Berry. And now Swain. And a nice combination, but a foul. And 2 shots to Stevenson.
Stevenson, 1 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. So we'll see if she can just steady a little bit here. Makes the first one.
Misses the second. Long rebound to Broomhall, though. Here's Berry. Long 2. No good. Rebound well kept by Swain, who hits the midi.
Again, they're just first to react to those rebounds. Ringleader swarming the key, and they force another turnover here. Oh,
Wow, Wilson ran into Swain.
they're the only ones that can stop themselves at the moment. Some good defense there from the
Oh,
teammates.
that was sharp by you, Jacob. You're in fine form. And a missed 3-pointer by SPR. Down 16. They surrender the ball. Here's Broomhall. Ringleader quite content to sort of slow it down. 16 points up.
They're comfortable at the moment, aren't they, I think?
They can play a little bit of tempo for a while. Take some time off the clock. Here's Broomhall stepping out, going baseline, hitting a cutting Stevenson, who is fouled, and there'll be 2 shots.
And that's the beauty of having Chloe Broomhall. You can slow it down, you can run the clock, but you know that she's going to get something even late in the shot clock. You know, she'll pretty reliably break down her defender. She'll draw a double team. She'll collapse the defense. You know, you're going to get a pretty good look at it even late in the clock.
Stevenson hits the first. Long rebound again to Broomhall. It's going to be a monster stat line, I think, Jacob. Crossing over into the corner. Wilson just misses, but stepped out of bounds, I think.
Yeah, it's the coach killer on the sideline. Just a little heel on the line.
Linta Wilson's been really strong the last couple of weeks. Tonight just hasn't been her night. Not through lack of effort. As Swain just intercepts that pass, drives in, misses. Cross-court pass to no one in particular, and it will be Ringleader ball.
Just commitment from Ringleader to swarm the ball handler there. There were 2 runners down the floor for SPR, but there was no way to get it to them. Just too much pressure on the ball.
Swain into Berry. Berry driving off glass, gets her own board, fades and hits.
Just how she drew it up there, a little alley-oop to herself off the glass. Something you can just about pencil it in an offensive rebound, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was an intentional play.
It's interesting, Ferguson received the inbound pass and Ringleader chose not to press for the first time since probably the first quarter, I'd say. They've gone in possession without pressing. That was a miss from Waller, wanted a foul. A bit of feedback for the referee on the way back through. Wilson in the corner, now Ferguson, cross-court pass. And here's the star, Broomhall, steps through. Berry wasn't expecting it. Berry flips it up. And a skyhook.
Yeah, showing off the
Here
full
at
bag
Bahrain.
of tricks, isn't she? Berry, 8 points in the game now, and they've all been pretty impressive.
Here's Ferguson. Out to Ferguson, who hits a 3.
Good quick release, isn't it, from Ferguson? Her first 3 of the game, but she's got 15 points.
Wilson catches it in transition and gets blocked. Berry tried to follow, but couldn't quite do so. We'll have a group substitution. Cooper coming on for Ferguson. The hot-handed Berry is still out there.
Got to keep giving it to the hot hand, don't you?
Absolutely. I want to see some more tricks from the bag. Maybe a fadeaway, one-legged. 2 points there from Cooper.
Yeah, a bit more fundamental from Cooper, wasn't it? Nice mid-ranger, but does the job just the same.
SPR beat the press. Here's Ferguson. It's been a bit of a shining light for them in this season and in this game. To Waller. Waller cuts in, too strong. There's Berry with the rebound. Berry really wanted the outlet pass, instead finds Broomhall. Broomhall into Cooper. Cooper steps through, no good. Broomhall with another offensive rebound. Berry just misses the baseline J. Rebound from Hollingsworth, and it ends up with Waller. Waller to Ferguson. And now Waller on the right wing. Pulls, misses.
I know it's tough with the defense they're facing, but SPR, do they just need to get Ellie Ferguson a few more looks here, draw something up? She's got 15 points. She's shooting 6 of 10 from the field in a game where a team's struggling. See what they can draw up maybe out of this break, but certainly easier said than done against this really swarming defense from Ringleader.
Shout out to JB, who really appreciated when the score was 6-7.
The biggest proponent of 6-7, I've heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's asked us to keep mentioning it, so we'll see what we can do.
It's a 20-point margin, Jacob. It's really blown out for Ringleader after SPR had such a positive first term and got Chloe Broomhall into foul trouble.
Did everything right, really.
Yeah, yep. It was about as well as they could have played that first term, and since then it's been one-way traffic.
And it starts on the defensive end for Ringleader. SPR, since that first quarter, have scored 15 points in the quarter and a half of basketball. There's not a whole heap you can do if you're struggling to put points on the board that badly. The turnovers have been an issue. The rebounding's been an issue. They've got a few things to work on here, and a 20-point margin. I wouldn't say it's impossible from here, but they maybe just need to look for some little wins down the stretch.
Broomhall to Cooper. Swain pulls from deep, and it's money. The sweet shooting Neve Swain makes it 22. Ferguson out to Gear. Gear drives, shoots and misses. Berry now to Cooper. Cooper driving in and thinking better of it. Hits Berry at top of the key. Berry to Swain. Offers the screen. Swain uses it, pulls and hits again. Heating up.
And again, we talk about the confidence. That's a shot the defense might be happy to give her, the long two, but
she'll take it 10
doesn't
times
matter.
out of 10.
She knows she can make shots from anywhere,
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's the ideal shot or not. If she's going to make it.
Ferguson flips it up but misses near side. Broomhall thought about the long pass to Sharvey. Instead, just wanted to go to work. Broomhall with a wraparound pass to Sharvey. Swain, heat check, 3, money.
When she had time to get the seams lined up, you knew that was going in. Swain, 16 points now, leading scorer in the game.
Ferguson. Bit of a one-man band at the moment. So SPR are struggling to get anything going. Here's Hollingsworth. Fadeaway shot off glass, no good, through the hands of Geared, and it will remain SPR ball. Ferguson, corner, drives, flips it up, beats the shot clock, but can't quite get it to go. 3 players on the ground. One of them is Ferguson, but can't quite get it to a teammate, and Berry will take over for Ringleader. 2:34 remaining in this second quarter. Broomhall Dribbling below the foul line, out to Swain. Misses near side. Rebound falls and eventually ends up in the hands of Broomhall. Broomhall drives, kicks. Sharvey drives. Cooper now travels.
A little hop there, wasn't it, on the catch?
Was.
But good movement again from Ringleader. Just keeping the ball swinging. Finding open shooters seemingly whenever they want.
They've been so impressive on both ends. There's a reason they're 6-0, Jacob.
There is. It's no surprise when you watch a game like this that they're 6-0 and with some pretty big margins mixed in there as well.
There's a travel and a turnover. McCaffrey with the post shot that just took one too many steps, and taking over is Chloe Broomhall. Margin now 27. Berry. Now to Swain, guarded tightly. Sharvey. Travel. A couple of those in the last couple of minutes, Jacob. Players getting a bit of happy feet late in this one.
It's almost a product of having too many options, isn't it? Looking for the pass, looking for the dribble. Not quite executing either, but I think Ringleader would be okay with a couple of little mistakes given the game they've played to this point.
Ferguson to Geared. And now to McCaffrey. Midi, no good. Rebound tracked down, lands with Hollingsworth. That was near side, and Sharvey did well to get a rebound. Broomhall. Gets a screen from Swain. Instead goes near side, and it's Appleby with the follow and the foul. So Appleby with an opportunity to make this a 30-point contest.
Just continues to balloon out, doesn't it, that margin? 21-5 in this quarter so far with a little over a minute still left.
Back tap ends up in the hands of Stevenson. And Swain, corner three, no good. Stevenson rebound. Reverse layup, no good. Just tried to put a little bit of sauce on that one, and held ball, jump ball on the defensive rebound. It'll stay with Ringleader. A minute to go in this third term.
Again there, Geared did well to bring the rebound down, but had no time to react, and she had two players latching on. No chance to get away.
Swain pulls, gets her own offensive rebound. Drives, kicks it out to Sharvey in the corner, who travels. Turnover with 51 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Ferguson. Pass disrupted. Stevenson wasn't expecting it. Falls to Geared. Gets over to Ferguson for an unguarded three.
Bit messy, but they'll take it. Ends with a really good shot, Ferguson.
Stevenson tried to find Appleby with another one of those three-quarter court passes, but disrupted by SPR. It'll stay Ringleader ball. 4-second difference game, shot clock. Sharvey has it. Finding Appleby up top. Takes the three. Misses. Rebound for Geared. Geared being tracked down by Stevenson, and Sharvey does well. Here's McCaffrey. Calling for it is Hollingsworth. Back out to McCaffrey, and here is Ferguson with 4 seconds left. Two. Geared, toe on the line, no good. Swain with a rebound, and that will be a 26-point margin at three-quarter time in favour of Ringleader. Ringleader 68, SPR 42 with 1 quarter to play here at Island Hustle.
It's been comprehensive, hasn't it, to this point, ever since that first quarter. And just looking at the stat sheet, Ringleader, to have a lead like this in a game where they've shot 2 of 18 from behind the arc, it just speaks to their dominance defensively and around the basket. You know, they've forced 17 turnovers now for SPR. They've grabbed 29 offensive rebounds.
Say that again. 29 offensive rebounds.
29 offensive rebounds. So as I do a little bit of quick maths here, as a result, they've taken 71 field goals to 42. So, 30-odd extra shots at the basket. It's pretty tough to overcome that no matter how well you shoot the ball. And credit to SPR, they're not shooting it terribly, but they just haven't had a chance with how much they've turned the ball over and given up those rebounds.
Turnovers, second chance points, they're the killers. And it's been an exhibition from Ringleader tonight at Bahrain Sports Centre here for the Island Hustle.
I will say, though, shout out to Ellie Ferguson.
Yeah.
She's the leading scorer in the game.
Great.
She's got an efficient 18 points. She's only got the one turnover, handling the ball a fair bit. I think she's done everything she can. And I think this would be, a different looking game if she had that support with Emerson Wells out there, who's another player who can crash the glass, handle the ball. Really good scorer in this competition. Just had to play a bit of a lone hand here, Ferguson.
Second half of our doubleheader coming up between UDM and Iron Creek Bay. They're second and third respectively on the men's ladder, so should be a enthralling contest.
Important game, isn't it? As we, get towards the pointy end of the season. Every game matters so much more, especially if you're in that middle portion of the ladder. Could make a big difference.
Schulz to inbound to Ferguson. Steps back. Sharvey guarding. Now up top. Everything going through Ellie Ferguson at the minute. She pulls for three and hits. As you say, leading scorer for the game. Playing
21 points now.
21 of the 45 for SPR.
When she makes shots, they're just clean, aren't they? Doesn't even look like hitting the rim.
Stevenson tries to hit Appleby with the pocket pass. Can't quite get that one to go. Here's Ferguson again. Defended well by Wilson. Three-point attempt, top of the key, is no good. And there'll be a turnover here to Ringleader. That was Balzer for three.
What do we think the little wins are that SPR can look for in this fourth quarter?
I think they need to stop the offensive rebounds, firstly, and take care of the ball. If they can take as many shots as Ringleader this quarter, SPR, I'd say that's almost a win in and of itself. Here's Gear, guarded well by Sharvey, but fouled.
They've made a pretty good start, haven't they? They've closed out a couple of possessions. Gear did nicely there to just get the head down and navigate through traffic.
Just like to see them go away from this game with something. Here's Ferguson again. Screen to the foul line. Hollingsworth for three, no good. Rebound geared and a foul. So positive possession here for SPR.
And I said Ferguson had played a lone hand in this game, but I do think Ella Geard's been another nice bright spot for them off the bench. She's got 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 offensive, so she's done some of that hard work that they've needed more of around the basket. I think that's a positive they can take out of this game, is the contribution they've gotten from her.
Geared. Hits. 21-point margin. Sharvey. Cooper stepping through on Ferguson off glass, gets her own rebound, gets fouled and one. Not and one, didn't go in out. It'll be 2 attempts at the line for Cooper with the purple wheels. Again, there's a lot of white shoes out there, Jacob, and then there's one pair of purple ones. I like it. Bit of character.
Yeah, you need a bit more of that, don't you?
You do.
You got the purple, and I think Swain's nice bright orange setup is good as well. Always good when the shoes match the uniforms.
It is.
It's all.
It is.
It just all comes together nicely.
It's very old school of you.
Yeah.
Hollingsworth just gives it up to Cooper. Cooper drives in. No good. Rebound geared. Geared bothered. Gets it ahead to Ferguson. Ferguson for three. No good. Stevenson rebound. Doesn't have any support, so will pull it back. Go baseline. Guarded by three players and travelled before she got the pass out. Just under 8 minutes to go in this one. 23-point margin as we sit here. Hollingsworth, double teamed. Into Ferguson. Ferguson drives, misses her teammate, and instead it's cut off by Appleby, the captain. Appleby driving in. Goes for Sharvey, but just slightly too high. Says, my bad. It's like when the captain takes accountability.
Yeah, 100%. So we see a couple of substitutions here. Swain back into the game, as is Berry, so no respite for SPR there. Broomhall staying on the bench for the time being. Haven't seen her yet in this quarter, so maybe she's on ice for the rest of this game.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, 23-point margin, 7.5 minutes to go. Unless SPR go on a bit of a run, I imagine that Chloe Broomhall is going to be just enjoying the game from the sidelines.
Might have done enough in 3 quarters of play to earn herself Player of the Game honours. We'll wait and see.
Ferguson steps back for three, misses. Rebound Nolan, no good. Falls the direction of Appleby, and Stevenson will take over. Stevenson trying to find Appleby again. They've tried to connect on that play a few times. Worked once, hasn't worked since.
No, I
think
think
it's been scouted.
I think so, but you know, now's the time to keep trying things, isn't it?
That's right.
In a game like this, as we say, Broomhall on the bench. You can experiment a little bit.
Corner three, Appleby hits.
That's a play they can go back to, I think. Appleby from the corner.
There was a travel, so a turnover for SPR. It was really good defense there by Appleby to get back and just invade her opposition's space to the point where she couldn't do anything but travel.
Stats don't really jump out for Appleby, but I think she's played such a good game.
Yep.
She brings it all together for this Ringleader team.
And there's a foul. SPR's second of the contest. Waller will spell geared. Stevenson. Now Swain. Flips it up and in, and one. Neve Swain. If there's one player out there that can challenge Chloe Broomhall for Player of the Game honours, it is Neve Swain.
100%. She's up to 18 points, got a double-double of her own. 18, 10 rebounds and 5 assists.
That's 19.
I feel like this has been a real breakout tournament for her, doesn't it? A top 10 scorer in the competition, and she's only getting better game by game.
Hollingsworth back out to Waller. Ferguson just can't quite handle the pass. It was just beyond her fingertips, and it will be Ringleader. It was tipped out by Ringleader, so it'll be Ferguson's ball. SPR down by 29. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Stevenson with the rebound. Pushing it ahead. Taking it all the way. Quite handle the offensive rebound, though. Went through the hands of Berry, and Ferguson will pull it back out. Drive. It will remain SPR ball out of bounds.
And we do see here Chloe Broomhall coming back into the game, so she'll get some reps in late in this one. Stevenson to the bench.
Stevenson, after that incredible hustle plays this quarter, just needed a little rest. Waller working on Wilson, stepping through the double team and getting a foul, hitting the deck very hard and staying down. All right,
feet just went from under her, didn't they?
Hard fall.
We said it before, these Floors aren't super forgiving
No.
when you go down like that. Looks to be okay though.
That's tough from Waller to take that hit and keep going. Just reset. 29-point margin.
SPR made a nice start to this term, but again, they've just been locked down. Only the 5 points on the board in it so far. No matter what lineup Ringleader have out there, there's just nothing easy.
SPR out to Ferguson, who hits another three. The second three of this last quarter for Ellie Ferguson.
Fourth of the game for her. Really putting together a nice individual performance.
Appleby waltzing to the basket. Berry with an offensive rebound. Berry manages to control it almost, but not quite again. And it will be SPR ball. Here's Ferguson again for three, and again hits. Fifth three of the game.
Already leading the competition in threes made. She's extending that lead here. Certainly doing her own reputation no harm at all despite the margin.
Broomhall. Now to Swain. Into Appleby. Wilson back to Appleby, and now Berry. Berry off glass and one.
Great patience there. Felt like Appleby could have pulled the trigger on that three, but waited for an option to present itself. Berry did well to finish it.
Berry with one attempt up and down.
Third player for Ringleader into double figures for the game, Kate Berry.
Ferguson for three. Why not? But doesn't happen for Ellie this time. Broomhall. There's a foul first. And it will remain Ringleader ball. We're just under the halfway mark of this last term.
That'll push them over the foul limit, so looks like we'll have two free throws here for Broomhall.
Broomhall hits the first. And the second.
16 points in the game for Broomhall.
Swain disrupts the pass. Will remain SPR ball. 4:47 remaining in the game. Wilson will take a spell along with Appleby, Cooper and Sharvey on the court.
We've got a timeout for SPR, so they'll take a chance to regroup for this last 5 minutes, see what they can come up with, because it looks like Ringleader still setting up in that full court press, so there won't be any respite from them.
Coach Nakid and assistant coach Chris Somerville, I think, will just be trying to get as much as they can from this last 5 minutes, to your point, Jacob. Just trying to take something positive from it that they can take into the next contest.
It's been a tough campaign so far, hasn't it, for SPR? They've had some really good stretches of play, been competitive, but haven't quite been able to put it together across a full game. So, as you say, they'll just have to see what they can get out of this one, try to move on to the next one, and keep searching for that breakthrough win, because I'm sure they'd feel like it's not too far away.
Ferguson, 27 points in this contest.
Yeah, shooting over 50% from the field, 5 of 10 from three. Just the 2 turnovers. Despite the result, hard to find too many holes in her game.
SPR to take over. They're down by 28. Waller. knows she's about to be double teamed, just calling for help. Doesn't come, but here's McCaffrey. Ferguson. You know she wants that 3. Pulls back. And a nice move from Bridie McCaffrey.
Nice patience there. It's a good offensive set. Ended up finding an open cutter.
Nice defense there by Waller. And has copped a shoulder. It's been in the wars.
I don't know if Broomhall just landed
There might be
on her arm there awkwardly.
Yeah. Yep. Just a bit of a stinger to the shoulder.
Holding the elbow, maybe just one on the funny bone there on the
Yeah,
the court.
Hopefully.
Doesn't look too concerned, at least, Emma Waller, so I think that's a positive result.
Absolutely been in the wars in this term, though. Might be best to just recover for the next one. Ferguson. Everything going through early Ferguson at the minute for SPR that has any sort of positive offense to it. Here's McCaffrey for 3. No good front rim. Cooper with a rebound, and it falls to Broomhall. Broomhall goes herself and hits. Back to 28. McCaffrey driving, and well done there by Berry to force the jump ball.
We spoke about little wins in this game, didn't we? Ringleader winning this term 15-13, so still a chance for SPR to at least win the 4th quarter and take that momentum into next week.
Broomhall gets a screen from Berry, spins out to Swain for 3, money. Oh, and there's a rolled ankle here. It's
Nolan's looking pretty sore, and she said straight away that she was going to need some help there.
Yep. Rolled the ankle. Can't put any weight on it at all. Hopefully just an ankle and nothing worse, but if it is an ankle, I think everyone that's played basketball can relate.
No, not much fun, is it?
SPR absolutely in the wars in this last quarter. Hoping it's just a roll and nothing worse, not a knee or anything like that. SPR down to 1 healthy player on the bench at the moment. Ferguson pulls for 3, can't hit. Sharvey taking it the other way. Into Berry, back to Sharvey, hits.
The bench like that one, didn't they? A little pump fake into the pass. Keeping everyone off balance there, Berry.
Ferguson, ooh, stepped out of bounds. So a 33-point margin. First one is good for Ferguson.
Tell you what, if I'm Ellie Ferguson, I'm going to keep getting shots up here. Even if the team loses, I'm at least taking a 30 ball with me. She's up to 28 now. Make it 29.
Still 2.5 minutes to get to that 30-point mark. Odds on.
I think so. Everything's running through her, as you said earlier. Has had to be the focal point for this team.
Swain, bothered, gets it to Sharvey. Sharvey with a step through and a dirty move. It paid off. Just a Lovely little step through by Georgia Sharvey. Nasty. As has this game been for SPR. A nasty margin that is now 31.
You see offensive sets like that, and you can see what they're trying to do, SPR. There's some good glimpses in here. It's just finding that consistency across the course of a game, and I think that'll come easier against a team other than Ringleader, but
Cooper finding Broomhall for 3 hits.
I'll tell you what, if Chloe Broomhall's going to start making that shot consistently, it's just about game over for any opposition. That's been the one minor knock on her, but really rounding out her game nicely here in Island Hustle.
McCaffrey hits. It's winding down to the last 90 seconds of this contest. Berry up top. Broomhall reverse layup. Easy. It's piling it on now. And one final substitution as Ferguson will not get to 30. Taken off on 29 with a minute 20 remaining.
After a
clock mishap here, I think.
Going to say a fair pause. Thought we were back underway, but we'll take another few moments.
It's the 80 seconds remaining in this fourth term.
The sting's been out of this one for a little while, hasn't it? And that's just down to the dominant performance from Ringleader Tasmania.
They haven't lost yet, and you can clearly see why from this contest. Aside from a bit of lethargy in the first term, took them a little minute to get going, but once they got going, wowee. Broomhall just gollops in that rebound. Sharvey to Cooper, finding Berry, cross-court pass, Broomhall. Goes past her defender, dribbles in, out to Cooper for 3, misses. Chance for a couple of last possessions here, Hollingsworth. And a miss from SPR. Swain has it on the break. Swain off to Sharvey, back to Swain, flips it up and in. And shot clock is now off. We have a 36-point margin, 97 plays 61. McCaffrey with a floater hits. There's the 10 seconds left in this one. Ringleader through Chloe Broomhall. Quite happy to just dribble this one out. Swain will pull for 3, miss, and will not get that basket even though she fought hard for the offensive rebound. And that's a microcosm of the game, Jacob, because Ringleader fought for every loose ball and every contest, and they come out of this one winners 97-63. Who was your player of the game?
Oh, I feel like it has to be Chloe Broomhall, doesn't it? Just the way that she sets the tone on both ends of the floor. We spoke about how important the rebounding was. She finished with 17 boards, 9 offensive, along with the 23 points. Neve Swain, the other standout for Ringleader, 24 points, 11 rebounds and 6 assists. She was fantastic. They had 4 players in double digits, everyone on the score sheet. So really nothing to complain about for Ringleader. Another dominant win. They move to 7-0 on the season in the Island Hustle Women's.
Well, that does it for the first half of our doubleheader. We'll be back with the Island Hustle men's game between UDM and Iron Creek Bay Estate after a break. Stay with us.